What's up everyone? It's been a little while, I haven't made a video in a bit, but I wanted to cover a topic today that I get asked a whole lot of, and that is, how do I get photo passes to shoot photos of my favorite bands? Everybody wants to get into a show for free, everybody wants to be as close as they can to take pics and stuff, but how do you go about doing that? Well, it's not as hard as you think. There's a few different ways to go about it. So first of all, you're gonna have to practice your photography before you even think about shooting a show that would even require a photo pass. What I suggest is going to local shows in your area. If you don't have a local scene, go to one around you, or even just go to bar shows. Anything that can help you build a portfolio of your photography. Your goal here is not to make money or get photo passes at the moment, but you just want to go out, go shoot local bands for free, even if you have to pay to get in, and just start honing your skills. Your photos are probably going to suck for a while, but the more you do it, the more connections you make, and the more little venues you shoot, whether it's house shows or bars or just tiny normal venues, the better you're going to get. Another thing you'll have to do is learn how to edit your photos. I suggest Lightroom. That's pretty much the go-to editing software for most concert photographers. That's what I use for everything pretty much. Once you've been doing that for a while, you know, maybe you've shot 5 to 10 shows and you have 5 or 10 photos that you really like out of all those shows, you could start to put together a little portfolio. So a portfolio is pretty much a website, or in school and stuff, usually it's like a physical book, but in this case you're probably going to be building a website or a free site or even just your Instagram that showcases the best of your photos. Not every photo you've ever taken or even like the okay ones, just the best. My website, which I'll try and put right here, my website, I've taken probably hundreds of thousands of photos, and there's probably like 20 or 30 photos on my website. Those are the photos that really showcase what I think my style as a photographer is. And that's the work I want to show people when they ask, hey, where can I look at your work? 5 to 10 photos, build a little website. You could use Squarespace, you could use a variety of free websites. I use Squarespace personally. It's been pretty easy to use and it's low cost. I pay about 10 bucks a month to host my website. Once you have that, you have a solid place that houses the best of your photography. So you want to shoot a big concert coming into your town soon, but it's in a large venue with a barrier, and they won't even let nice cameras in without a photo pass. Photo passes are essentially credentials that allow you to shoot bigger concerts where security and the venue and the bands won't let you bring in nicer cameras unless you have the reason to be shooting there. Here's a Papa Roach photo pass, here's an Amorosa photo pass, a Wonder Years photo pass. I have dozens more of these, but these are the physical passes that will allow you to bring a camera into the show and get in front of the barrier, right in front of the stage, for 3 songs, or whatever the venue allows. Usually it's 3 songs. But how do you acquire these guys? In my eyes, there's 2 ways to do this. A, which is my personal favorite, is just the direct message bands or band members. I know some photographers don't like this, they kind of frown on it and be like, don't harass band members and stuff. In my eyes, you're not really harassing people, you're just kind of offering your services to people who probably want photos of themselves. Now the deal is when you're starting out, you're probably not going to be able to get a lot of free tickets. For the first year or 2 I shot concerts, I had to pay to get into almost every show I shot. And it's kind of unfortunate. That's the reality of photography. You're probably going to have to work for free for a while. But until you've proven that you're worth money and you have a portfolio that's big enough, that's just how it is. I didn't start making money until 2 years into my photography career. And it sucks and I don't think it's right, but that's just how it is. So you're going to have to deal. So what you can do is go to the band that you want to shoot. Find a member of the band, whether it's the drummer or the singer or the bassist. Sometimes it's easier to go for the bassist or the drummer because they often don't have as large of a social media following, and there's a better chance they'll see your direct message because it'll probably go into their request folders. Or if the band has a direct email, you could sometimes find it under their Facebook and the About page. You can contact them through that. And just structure your message really friendly. Just be like, hey, how's it going? I'm a photographer out of New Jersey, and I was wondering if you'd like someone to shoot photos at your show at Starland Ballroom on December 15th or whatever. You could view some of my work here, and there you would put your website link. All I ask for is a photo pass. I have my own ticket. Now, if you say that, it's going to be a lot more likely that a band would be able to help you out with a photo pass. Photo passes don't really cost the band anything. They're not losing out on money. They're just giving you access to the photo pit for 3 songs. By asking for a ticket, that's more of a deal that they have to take up a guest list spot for, and unless you're working for a publication or you're really tight with them, it's gonna kind of turn them away or just kind of decline what you're trying to do, at least in this point in your career. That's not saying they're not taking a risk. If they give you a photo pass and you're a dick to security or you're disrespectful to the venue or the band in any way, they are liable for you because they gave you the pass. So if they are kind enough to take the risk and give you a pass, you gotta respect it, you gotta be courteous to everyone around you, follow all the rules, all that good stuff. It's not that hard, just don't be a dick and you'll be fine. Failure rate on this is going to be pretty high. A lot of people just won't see your message, a lot of people won't respond or they won't want to give it to you, but that's how it's going to be starting out. You don't have a lot of work to show for. My first actual photo pass show was Knuckle Puck on their first full US tour with Neck Deep, and I just emailed Knuckle Puck directly, and I was like, yo, I want to shoot your show in New Jersey, here's some of my photos, can you hook me up with a photo pass? And they hit me back and they were like, yeah, sure. And that was that. They just left me a photo pass at the door. I was able to shoot Side Stage, which was my first real big show back in 2014. And that was really cool that Knuckle Puck took a chance on some no-name photographer out of New Jersey and hooked me up with a photo pass. Once you get one bigger show under your belt with a bigger venue and nice lights, your portfolio is just gonna look better. So the next photo pass you try and go for, it'll be a little easier, and then the next one will be even easier, and it just kind of piles up. Your work's gonna keep improving because you keep shooting nicer venues with nicer lights, with more energetic bands. So another way you could go about this is to shoot for a publication, and this is also something I did while starting out. So a publication is pretty much like a website or a magazine or even a newspaper that would post about music or concerts or host photo galleries. Alternative Press is probably the most popular one. Some other ones are like Substream, New Noise Magazine, Rock Sound. These are all examples of major publications. Now there's plenty of smaller websites that need photographers to shoot shows for them so they can host galleries on their website. I had a friend, Steven, that I made off of Tumblr, and he was running this website called Magusa Reviews. This website was pretty much just a little blog where Steve and a few other staff writers were just writing reviews on records, and I was like, hey Steven, do you need any like photography on this website? What if we did some photo galleries? And he was like, oh yeah, that could be cool. So I started to email publicists on behalf of Magusa Reviews. And pretty much what you're doing is reaching out to the band's public relations rep on behalf of the publication that you're shooting for. So you reach out and you say, hi there, my name is Dieter and I represent Magusa Reviews. We are a music review website and we'd love to host a gallery about the Emarosa show on September 18th or whatever in Asbury Park. Photo policy like for this show, is there any way you can accommodate a ticket and a photo pass? So in this type of scenario, you're working for a publication and you're helping the artist and their management by shooting them photos and featuring them on your website, and they're helping you by letting you shoot the show and giving you the content that drives people to your website. Now the more you shoot for a publication, the more photo passes you get, the bigger your portfolio gets. You're eventually going to make friends with the bands, with other publications, and with the management itself. Eventually, for me, it kind of got to the point where I shot so many shows for these publications and I was working with the same press managers all the time, that even if my publication wasn't available for a show, I could hit up a press manager and be like, hey, I don't have a website to shoot for, but I'm free, and if you give me a ticket and a photo pass, you can use the photos for social media. And sometimes they'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever, go shoot the show. And that's just a type of relationship you build over time. I enjoy working directly with bands more. If your end goal is really to make money and tour and all this, you want to be making friendships with people directly, not through their management. It looks so much better if you hit up bands and you ask to shoot them and then you deliver photos directly to them in a timely manner. Then they're going to post them directly onto their Instagrams and stuff. They're going to thank you. They're going to be like, yo, these are sick. As opposed to shooting through a middleman or woman and you never have any direct contact with the band, and the only people that see the photos are you and your publication and maybe the management if they open that email. Again, don't go harassing bands asking for photo passes. If they decline or don't respond, don't pander them over and over. I haven't shot a photo pass show in quite a long time. I think I only shot one in 2018, but I shot 125 shows because I had just made so many friends in the music scene by working with bands directly that I was just on tour the entire year with 8 or 9 different bands. Those type of connections are going to be tougher to find if you're just shooting for a publication and just hitting up management and just hoping that like the more you shoot and the more you send photos to management, then maybe they'll hire you. But that's not really how it works. You have to make friendships with bands. But that is a very brief summary on how to get your first photo passes. If anybody has more questions, definitely leave a comment. I know there's probably a lot of stuff I missed or maybe unclear. So if anybody wants to leave a comment, feel free to do so and I'll get back to everybody as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. I'm going to try and do some more of these photography related videos. So be sure to subscribe if you're into this and you want to learn more about concert photography or just photography in general. Thanks for watching.